Welcome to the program. I'm Mark Imperial. This segment's brought to you by booksgrowbusiness.com. It's the place where busy professionals get their books done and published to educate consumers, grow their businesses, and to leave a legacy. This is a series of spotlights on remarkable exit planning advisors from across the country. And joining me on this segment is Dan Springer with MacLean Financial Group. Dan, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Mark. Happy to be here.
Dan, tell us a little bit about your work and specifically let us know who are the types of clients that you specialize in helping.
Well, we work with business owners. We've been working with business owners for over 30 years on everything from getting them going, running their businesses, best practices, building value, and now after such a long time, helping businesses who are just starting to think about transitioning to the next stage in life. Or exiting for maybe a certain reason, but now that's become kind of top of mind and also top of our business plans for helping them.
These owners are great at their craft and thinking growth all the time. Do you find that they put much thought into transitioning or exiting? How prepared are they?
I don't generally. You may have heard of some of the statistics. But 2/3 of owners are not familiar with their exit options. I think something like 75% of them have no formal transition plan. They do focus on their business, and part of the main objective of exit planning, or what we like to call transition planning, because a lot of owners, I think, don't like to talk about the exit in that context. It's just really it's a transition to their next chapter in life. And most of them have no written plan, have thought about it very little, if at all. And I think the most alarming statistic is over 90% of them have no after business plan or life plan for what is that next chapter. It's blank.
One of the objectives of this series is really, shedding a light on exit planning and what exactly it looks like. As you mentioned, a lot of folks don't know their options. But before we unpack that, can you tell me, what are some of the pitfalls that business owners face if they don't plan ahead for transitioning or exiting? What could happen?
Well, I'll couple that with we do start off by doing an assessment. It's a brief assessment, but it is a good one. Most business owners do not know what to even think about. So when you say what are the pitfalls, or what's the maybe danger zones that they're running into, coming from a financial planning, wealth planner background, we find that very few of them even know the amount of money they need from their business to accommodate their envisioned lifestyle. So that's number one. It's, well, how much money do I need? I'd like to be out of here in the next 2 years. Okay, do you know what your business is worth? No. Do you know what you're going to do next? No. Well, okay, let's talk about these things. So not knowing what your business value might be, not knowing what your tax ramifications might be, and also just being unfamiliar, I think, with the transition, with the types of transition or your exit options.
So let us know now, what's it like to work with an exit planning advisor? You give them that assessment, kind of, give us a 10,000 foot view of what else you take them through to get them prepared and create a plan for them.
We think the most important thing is adopting a process. That's been paramount since day one, helping either an entrepreneur or somebody in the middle stage of their business. You got to have processes. So same with the transition program. You have to have a process to go to or through to prepare. And that's what MacLean Financial Group has adopted, is a process that covers everything along the way, from start to finish, A to Z, from getting them, from assessing how prepared they are and are they ready. A lot of business owners don't even think of the term or the question or the answer to the question, rather, are you ready, in the right context. Being ready doesn't just mean your business is ready, but are you personally ready? So we take the time to really work with these business owners and make sure that they understand the meaning of being ready. And then most of them don't have a financial plan. So we will be producing that financial plan for them. That will help them determine what amount of money they need. Most business owners don't have an idea of what their business might be worth, or even familiar with the sale process or the transition process, given the exit planning option that they choose. We'll assign a plan A, plan B, plan C as contingency plans. Here's the preferred method, but hey, what if that doesn't work or it takes too long? What's plan B? So knowing we call it your wealth gap, the amount of money you need to get, knowing how your business is operating and how that plays into what the value might be. We refer to those as your profit gap and your value gap. So what's the difference between you and a similar business in your industry operating at a higher level? Say we benchmark you against similar businesses in your industry and look at your operations and say, hey, you're operating about 50 percentile if we look at all the businesses. And what would it take to get you to operating at a 75th percentile or even better? And what does that mean for that value and that purchase price? So identifying those first and doing some contingency planning for what if you don't make it all the way through your transition is very important. And again, very few business owners even have a contingency plan.
Dan, what inspired you to get into this field? Like, how did, working with business owners and helping them with their exit planning, how did you get started?
Well, I got started in banking, but soon realized that I just like working with people and developing relationships directly with people instead of kind of going into the corporate world. So I have just kind of a personal value of just helping people. And I like helping people understand, helping educate people, and making sure people understand and know their options when it comes to any decision. And when working with business owners, there's certainly a lot of important decisions on a daily basis.
Before I ask you my last question, is there anything that I didn't think to ask you that you feel is like really important to share with business owners that are considering exiting?
Well, it's that process, and it's working on the now. And I mean, every day business owners make decisions that affect their business. And those are going to impact their ultimate transition. So adopting a process and principles now that help you make decisions in your business that accommodate your personal plan. So your personal plans, goals should be driving your business decisions. And the sooner you can make that some people call it a paradigm shift for a business owner to really start making decisions based on their personal goals in their business. The sooner they can do that, the better.
Dan, for business owners that are listening that resonate with your message and would like to speak with you, how do they find you, connect with you, and learn more?
Yeah, well, we have our website, www.macleanfinancialgroup.com. And if you go there, right on our homepage, you can click on an assessment link, and you can take a free assessment. You get a free report that tells you your high-level preparedness, and we'll certainly follow up with you on that report.
This has been terrific. I really appreciate you taking the time to share with my audience today, and I wish you continued success for you and for all of your clients.
Well, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
That was Dan Springer with MacLean Financial Group, and this segment was brought to you by booksgrowbusiness.com. It's the place where busy professionals get their books done and published to educate consumers, grow their businesses, and to leave a legacy. That's all for now. I'm Mark Imperial, and thanks for joining me.